Hi, I'm John from FlatCatGear, and today I'm talking about cooking with tea lights. Now, cooking with tea lights is kind of an interesting thing because it turns out that wax itself has twice the stored energy as denatured alcohol, so it makes them very fuel efficient to take. Now, using a tea light, you don't get much power out of it, so there are two things that candles are good for. One is simmering, and the other is dry baking. So let me show you a couple of videos where I do a couple experiments with baking and simmering. I'm redoing my experiment again, this time in the snow leopard. I've got 3 tea lights and I've got a biscuit ready to bake. So let's see how well that goes. Check back in about half an hour. We're testing this morning. We got 3 tea lights going. That looks pretty good. Let's pull this off. It's been about 36 minutes. Normally doesn't break apart. Did this time. What? I'm talking to my camera. But 36 minutes with 3 tea lights looks pretty good. So Luke asked how long it would take to get a boil going. This is my Snow Peak 700 with 3 tea lights, and it's taken just about 45 minutes. And with this low of a temperature, I don't know if you can see that, but it's barely boiling, but it is boiling. So about 45 minutes. Now we're going to weigh the wax and see how much fuel we used. Now, if you're going to use wax while cooking, there's a couple of interesting things that I've noticed. Number one, I've developed these wattage charts, and what I do is I heat up water and I look at the temperature rise over time to figure out how many watts are going into water. Wax has this very nonlinear behavior. What I mean by that is the wattage charts for boiling water are fine, but when it comes to baking, it gets a lot of thermal feedback from the pot, and so the wattage actually goes up. In fact, in many cases, it almost doubles the amount of heat that's coming out of candles, so it's a little tricky. The second thing about using tea lights for baking or simmering is what happens is all the wax will melt in that container, and there's a chance that the wicks will fall over or curl over into the wax. So you have to go out there and periodically check to make sure the wicks are standing up straight and the candles are still lit. So I got my Boston baked beans ready to go. What I'm going to do, I'm going to start off with 4 candles, and then what I'm going to do is once everything's boiling and going well, I'm going to blow one of the candles out. So I don't think I need 100 watts to keep the simmer going. All right, good to go. You can see the sun shifted a bit, but we've been going 3 hours now. There are my Boston baked beans. I'll keep it going. Well, the tea lights burned out at around 4 hours. Looks like it's done. Could use a little more cooking, but not bad. So wax is kind of interesting. Again, like I said, it has about twice as much energy as denatured alcohol. So I'm looking at tea lights because these are low power applications. This is a really interesting website. I think you should go out and take a look at it. It's called the GatGen stove. This is the G Micro Plus. What's interesting about it is this gentleman's developed a wax-based backpacking stove, and it will boil 2 cups of water, and I think it's between 12 and 16 minutes. But it's really cool because it's one of the first solid wax stoves that I've seen. So I'm I'm encouraging people to go out and experiment. I think, tea lights for dry baking is fine. If you're going to do some long simmering, it's fine. If you're going to boil a cup of water, it's going to take forever. But I'm encouraging people to go out and innovate and try things with wax, because like this guy at FlatCatGear, I mean, there's a guy out there that's making a wax-based stove. So go out and enjoy it.